Global migration and remittances. Migration is one of the oldest and most powerful forces shaping human history. From the earliest movements of people searching for fertile lands to the massive migrations of the modern age, human mobility has always been tied to hope, survival, and opportunity. In today's interconnected world, migration has taken on new meanings. It is no longer only about people moving from one place to another, it is also about the global exchange of cultures, ideas, and money. Among the most important outcomes of migration is remittances, the money migrants send back home to support their families. Together, migration and remittances form a global web that connects rich and poor nations, rural and urban areas, and families across continents. When we talk about global migration, we are referring to the movement of people across national borders in search of better living conditions, education, safety, or employment. Millions of people leave their countries each year to work abroad, often in regions with stronger economies. For example, many people from South Asia, Africa, and Latin America migrate to the Middle East, Europe, and North America. These migrations are driven by economic inequality, lack of opportunities, conflict, and sometimes environmental changes. The idea of seeking a better life motivates people to endure long journeys, cultural differences, and social struggles. However, migration is not just a one-way story of people leaving home. It also creates complex relationships between migrants and their home countries. Most migrants continue to maintain emotional and financial connections with their families and communities. This is where remittances come in. Remittances are the money that migrants send back home, and for many developing countries, these funds are a lifeline. In some nations, remittances make up a significant part of the national economy. For instance, countries like the Philippines, Pakistan, and Nepal rely heavily on money sent by their citizens working abroad. Families use this money to buy food, pay for education, build houses, or start small businesses. In many cases, remittances do more to reduce poverty than government programs. Sociologists view migration and remittances as more than economic acts. They are also deeply social processes that shape identities, family structures, and even cultural norms. When a family member migrates, it changes the entire household dynamic. The person who leaves becomes a source of pride and hope, but also of emotional distance. Families may feel both the joy of financial stability and the sadness of separation. Children may grow up with one parent abroad, while communities adapt to a new rhythm of life where migration becomes almost a tradition. Migration also affects societies at both ends of the journey. For the countries that receive migrants, these newcomers often fill essential roles in the labor market, jobs in construction, caregiving, agriculture, and services that locals might not want or cannot fill. Migrants contribute to the host economy, pay taxes, and bring cultural diversity. Yet they also face challenges such as discrimination, low wages, and lack of legal protection. In contrast, the countries that send migrants often experience what is called a brain drain, where educated and skilled individuals leave, creating shortages of talent at home. But at the same time, when these migrants send money, invest, or eventually return with new skills, they can help their home countries grow stronger. Remittances play a subtle role in reshaping development. They can help reduce inequality within societies by providing families with resources to improve their lives. Yet, paradoxically, they can also increase inequality between families who receive remittances and those who do not. Over time, this may lead to new forms of social division. Sociologists study these effects to understand how global migration contributes to both empowerment and dependency. In some cases, families rely so heavily on remittances that they neglect local economic activities, making communities more dependent on the global labor market. The emotional and cultural aspects of migration are also crucial. Migrants often live between two worlds, maintaining traditions from home while adapting to a new society. They build transnational identities that blend cultures and ideas. Modern technology has made it easier for them to stay connected through phone calls, video chats, and social media. This constant communication creates what sociologists call transnational families, where physical distance is bridged through emotional and digital closeness. Despite being far away, migrants remain deeply involved in family decisions, social rituals, and community affairs. At a global level, migration and remittances reveal the deep inequalities that structure our world. Most migrants move from poorer countries to richer ones, seeking opportunities that their home countries cannot yet provide. This reflects the uneven distribution of wealth and power in the global economy. Yet, at the same time, migration shows human resilience and adaptability. It demonstrates how individuals and families take control of their destinies, using mobility as a tool for survival and progress. In recent years, climate change has added a new dimension to migration. Rising sea levels, droughts, and extreme weather events are forcing people to leave their homes, creating what are known as climate migrants. This shows that migration is not just about economics but about the changing relationship between humans and their environment. It challenges global governance systems to respond with compassion, fairness, and cooperation. In the end, global migration and remittances tell a story about interconnection. A worker in Dubai may be paying for a child's education in Bangladesh. A nurse in Canada may be supporting her parents in the Philippines. A construction worker in Saudi Arabia may be building not only skyscrapers abroad but also dreams back home. These links remind us that despite national borders, humanity is bound together through shared hopes, responsibilities, and struggles. Migration is not simply a movement of people, it is a movement of life, culture, and possibility. Understanding it helps us see that the world is not divided between migrants and locals, but between those who move and those who benefit from the movement of others. As long as inequality exists, migration will continue to be one of the most powerful forces shaping our global society. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new about global migration and remittances, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us continue creating educational content that connects sociology with real-life issues.